we're going to talk about the top 3 rules that I have for exercise, especially during quarantine. If you guys don't know by now, if you haven't caught on, this is one of my favorite books called The Exercise Cure. It's by a physician who works at the Hospital for Special Surgery. He's a knee physician. It was actually my uncle's doctor while my uncle was training for his first New York City Marathon. He's like the non-surgery surgery doctor. And his book is filled with great stuff, really good information, and movement is medicine type of philosophy, which is where I get a lot of my philosophy from. So my top 3 rules for exercising, especially during quarantine, and these are rules for exercising no matter what, but I have found them especially helpful in the last 5 months that we've been inside, and as the world has spun around us, right, these rules have held true above a lot of other principles behind exercise. So I'm going to get right into it. The first rule, the most important thing, is that you have fun. Right? It's very simple. If you're watching live, comment with these, right, so people know what it is we're talking about, right? The very first rule is have fun. Okay? And the reason you need to have fun is because if you're having fun, it means you're going to do it. The most important part of exercising is consistency. You can't work out once and get on the scale an hour later and go, what the heck happened, right? Why haven't I lost the weight? Or you look in the mirror, why don't I look different? You try on the clothes. You can't exercise once and expect to see change. You have to be consistent with it, and the key to consistency is fun. Think about it, right? Like, everything that's fun in your life, you try to do as frequent as you can, right? Whether that's see grandkids, whether it's exercise, whether it's go to the beach, whatever it is that's fun in your life, you do it as frequently as you can. If you want to make exercising a habit, make it fun. Find a thing that you enjoy and go do that thing, right? For some it's swimming, for some it's walking, for some it's biking. For me it's basketball. I'll play basketball until my legs fall off, right? It's just fun for me. Soccer's the same way. I'll let people kick balls at me for days just because it's fun, right? I happen to be exercising, but it's really fun. And that's the top priority, right? Have fun, because if it's fun, it means you're going to do it. So that's number 1. Number 2 is listen to your body. Listen to your body, because it talks to you. And the most common injuries I see in my clinic are when people didn't listen to their bodies. Their body starts to whisper, right? That hip or the knee or the foot starts to whisper like, hey, we don't like something, right? Something is up. And we put our earmuffs on and we take Advil and we take a leave and we get an injection or we do whatever and we say, nope, shut up. We tell our body we don't want to listen to it and we drown it out. And then it goes from a whisper to a talking volume. And it says, hey, like maybe we should take care of this thing, right? Our knee doesn't feel great. And we take more Advil. Or maybe we get a surgery, right? Or we do something that's a little bit more involved when it's talking volume, but we still keep those earmuffs on. And then it starts to scream. And it says, hey, enough's enough. You're not going to walk anymore. We're not going to let you walk on us anymore because this hurts so bad, right? We're going to yell because you didn't listen to us before, right? We whispered, and then we talked, and now we have to yell at you. And it's only because you put those earmuffs on, and you think and you hope that maybe it'll go away. But more frequently than not, it doesn't. Or it lessens, but it never goes away, and you live the rest of your life in a little bit of pain, and you deal with it because, well, that's just what happens when we get older, and it doesn't have to be that way. So rule number 2 is listen to your body, okay, because that's how we avoid injuries. If you listen to your body and you take care of that thing when it's whispering, it's cheaper. Let's talk about this, right? It's cheaper to fix it when it whispers, because whatever it is, you intervene with it, whether it's physical therapy, which is what I do, whether it's the injections or whatever it is, it's going to be cheaper to treat the whisper than it is to treat the scream, right? So listen to your body, because that's what's going to keep you going, right? And along that line, right, of listening to your body, this is kind of a sub-rule, is fueling it well, right? Food is fuel. It's no more complicated than that, right? Food is fuel. Listen to your body. Your body's gonna like it when you put good stuff in it, and your body's not gonna like it when you don't put good stuff in it, right? And that doesn't mean that you have to eliminate or cut or diet or whatever. Put good stuff in your body, and it will feel good, right? And that looks different for everybody. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a dietitian. I have no expertise. I have very little expertise in that area. I have personal experience. Nick has personal experience, right? But fuel it well. So listen to your body, and then a subset of that is fuel it well. Hello, Jude. What's up? I'm glad you're here. So rule number 1, have fun. Having fun is going to make you be consistent, okay? Rule number 2, listen to your body. Your body's going to tell you when it needs a break. Your body's going to tell you when it needs to be pushed more. Your body's going to tell you when something is hurting and needs to be taken care of. You got to listen to it, okay? Listening to it is also leading to fueling it well, right? So we have fun because it's going to make you be consistent. Listen to your body because you are going to feel better when you do good things for it and when you take care of it and it starts talking to you, okay? And then rule number 3 is be social. Be social. Not just because being social is fun, right? And we're social creatures and we belong in communities because that's how we've lived for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, right? But being social means that you're held accountable, right? So it goes back to being consistent. But when you are in a group, and even if it's just you text your somebody, cousin, sister, best friend, I don't know, I'm going for a walk today, right? Being held accountable to somebody else and then being held accountable to you moves the whole group forward, right? A rising tide raises all ships, okay? So being social and having a group with which you participate, whatever it is, a running group, a church group, a walking club, a Zumba class, anything, right? If you are social within the context of exercise, it's going to make you stay consistent with it, right? And be held accountable to that thing, right? And so what's been really cool for me over the last 5 months is that people have hired me to coach them. And I'm their social interaction and I'm their accountability. And I love it. I love it because I can text them and say, hey, did you take your walk today? And they know I'm going to help hold them accountable. And it's been really cool to be a part of that with them and go through it with them. It's been amazing, the progress that people make simply when there's another person involved, right? So whether it's a spouse, a sibling, a cousin, a friend, a relative, whoever it is, find somebody who wants to do whatever it is you want to do, or maybe you walk one day and you bike together on FaceTime another day, right? Whatever it's going to be, but be social because there's accountability in that, and it also gives you a sense of community. And I think I've said this before, but they've done studies on different pockets of people that live with really high quality of life, really far into their life, right? 80, 90, 100 years old, that are still contributing really positively to their community, whatever it is. And I'd have to look it up. There's like a tribe in South America. There's a pocket of people in Italy. There's these pockets all over the world of populations that thrive as they get older. And in a book I read called Born to Run, this is when I was back in college, they talk about, okay, sure, these people are active. The most important thing that keeps them active and high quality of life as they age is community. It's not diet, it's not exercise, it's not pills, it's not food, it's not any miracle, whatever. It's their community, right? Because their community helps to hold them accountable, and that accountability keeps them performing the jobs and the duties that they're supposed to do. Elaine's here too. Hi, Elaine. I just saw your comment. Good to see you. I'm glad you guys are here. And we've learned that, right? We've learned that in our that's what we're doing here in the Facebook group, right? This is our community. This is who's helping hold you accountable. I'm here to serve as a resource for you guys, but you hold me just as accountable, right? I work out every day thinking of you guys. I'm doing these lives consistently because I know it's going to help you guys. You're here because you know it helps me, right? So around and around we go in this big circle of trust, right, and of community. So our 3 rules, write them down, Write them down for yourself, and then if you would, just drop them in the comments so so people who watch the replay kind of get a cheat sheet of what to listen for, right? Number 1 is have fun, because having fun is going to make you be consistent. Number 2 is listen to your body and fuel it well. It will tell you when it's feeling good. It will tell you when it's feeling bad. Don't put the earmuffs on, right? Try to stay away from the painkillers, the injections, the surgery, right? Listen to your body, because it's going to tell you what's best for you in the long run, okay? That's number 2. Number 3, be social. Find your community and go to town with them, right? Because they're going to help to hold you accountable, and they're going to give you a sense of purpose and pride and create that rising tide that's going to get everybody to where they want to go, whatever those goals might be. So those are my 3 big rules. There's like a little subset within each rule, but I'm capitalizing it as those 3. And do one of them. Just do one. If doing all 3 is hard, pick one. Right? Maybe you're like, oh, I don't really care about having fun as much as I do about listening to my body. Okay, listen to your body. When can it be pushed? When do you need to back off? When do you need a rest day or a couple of rest days, right? Or pick be social. And don't care if you're having fun while you're being social, but find your group and let it bring you up, right? I'm definitely going to say keep listening to your body. So maybe pick 2. Listen to your body and pick one other, because those are super important, right? And the biggest thing I see when I get somebody who's injured is then they miss out on their community and they miss out on having fun because of their injury. And that's a whole other topic that I'll talk about another day, is the psychology of injury. But keep listening to your body. Those are my 3 biggest rules. Those are my 3 biggest takeaways. Write down, Elaine and Judy, I know you guys are here. Put it in the comments which one of those you could commit to, right? And I know you guys I trust that you are consistent, right? But which one of those stands out to you most is like, all right, I could ramp it up in that department, whether it's having fun, listening to your body, or being social. Put it in there because that'll help me serve you guys better. And maybe the next one is we'll do some how-tos, right? How to apply those things or specific strategies. Awesome. And so if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. I'm here for you guys to be a resource. I said in the beginning, over on my website, I have a bunch of free guides that you can just put your email in and I'll email it right over to you on, like, if you got hip pain or low back pain or knee pain and things like that. Just little tips and tricks for exercises and strategies to reduce that. Again, if your body is talking to you now, listen to that whisper, whatever it's got going on, and take care of it, because it's a lot easier and simpler to treat the whisper than it is to treat the thing that's screaming at you. We all know that by now. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being on. If there are no questions, I will let you go. Enjoy the rest of your afternoons. And we'll be back again next Friday with another live. I'll announce what I'm going to cover probably Wednesday of next week. And if there's anything specific you guys need, just drop me a note. You can drop me a message. You can comment here, and I'll make sure I get to it and answer anything that I can for you guys. All right? I appreciate you. I love you. And I will see you next week.